So I got this idea about this video by listening to a few Neville Goddard lectures, which are a later part of his life, where he's heavy on the idea of awakening the Christ within, which is the Christ consciousness, the essence of God awake within you. And he says that we must test first. Whatever he says, that don't believe in anything he says, test it. And that is a really beautiful way to encourage someone to just encourage every skeptic to just test the law of assumption. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, you can discard it and move on. But the thing is, do most people really test the law, including myself? We just listen to it, we hear it again and again and again, we listen to lecture after lecture after lecture, but we never really truly apply it. What is its application? Every single method that you will find will work, but for certain people something will work, for other people it will not work. For some people affirmations work magically, other people say they don't. It's a lie. Some people say robotic affirmations work, others say it doesn't. Well, in my personal experience, I would say every single process works, because manifestation is a very subjective experience, because every single person is a universe of their own. They have a mind, they have a consciousness unlike anybody else. So for a person who is very receptive to affirmations, they will work for him. For another person, she tries to repeat an affirmation again and again and again and again. It doesn't work, because at the back of every single process there is a very simple not hidden but very nuanced point that most people forget or don't comprehend, which Neville Goddard talked about again and again, which is self-persuasion. Whatever process we are doing, whatever we're trying to do to achieve from a process is self-persuasion. That's all. We are trying to persuade our deeper self, our subconscious mind, and our ego that we have what we want. That's all there is to it. Now, this self-persuasion is extremely subjective. That's the thing. This is why a lot of people who are really skeptical to law of assumption, and they think it's a bunch of lot of garbage. They just don't truly dive into it. They don't apply it wholeheartedly. But there are people who don't really care about it. They come for the law of assumption for the fun of it. Especially people who apply it lightheartedly. They are not really expecting much from it. They are the one who have the biggest success, because they are applying the process from a place of curiosity, playfulness, and lightheartedness, and they can easily persuade themselves because they have no resistance. It's self-persuasion at the end. And I have manifested some things without imagining anything. I manifested some things with just affirmations. I designed an affirmation and I would say it whenever I feel like it. And I have manifested some things by just thinking about them once. And one thing that I did was, I wanted a new gaming laptop and a VR headset. But I just thought about it like it would be nice to have them. But I didn't feel like it is not a necessity. It's a playful thing, so I was thinking like I don't need it, but it would be nice to have it. Well, I got a job, and this company bought a very high-end laptop for me and VR headset for me. Although it was for work, I got what I wanted, and I still have both of those things. And I'm enjoying them. But the point is, I just thought about it. I didn't imagine, I didn't affirm. I just was like, it would be nice to have it, and boom. And some things, because it was very playful, so the self-persuasion came like uh, like I didn't even notice any resistance for it. Well, for some other bigger things, like moving to another country or getting more money, and especially for people who are trying to manifest love, these are heavy things. And for these things, people have a lot of resistance to them. So it is hard for them to self-persuade. This is why Neville Goddard teaches the technique of putting yourself in a meditative state before sleep and imagining it. The reason why that works is because when you put yourself into meditative state, your conscious mind and your resistance is at a lowest point. There comes a point where you're not even thinking of anything. You just imagine and you are in the scene when you go deep enough. And once you have done that, you have impressed your subconscious mind. The self-persuasion is done. So that is the most powerful process that will give you results almost every time, so long as you have done it correctly. But in the end, it's self-persuasion. You can, there are a lot of mosquitoes, insects. In the end, you have to find a way to persuade yourself, and you can even develop your own technique. Techniques don't matter, they don't manifest, but they are very powerful. I will not tell you here that techniques don't work. They work tremendously, and especially Neville Goddard's OG method is the best method, hands down. So if you are confused about a method, just apply that method. Do it, show some guts, show some persistence, really apply the law. As Neville Goddard said, that you need to test the law. No amount of stories, success stories of other people, no amount of me talking about the law, no amount of anybody trying to persuade you about the law will ever convince you more than the success of your own imaginal acts and your own experience. There is no better persuasion than your own successful experience. So truly, just go for it. Maybe even start with something small, like this gaming laptop I wanted, or something like, getting a cup of coffee or getting flowers from somebody, and go for it and apply the law fully. And once that works, go for something bigger and bigger and bigger, and build your faith and see that your own, as Neville Goddard says, that your own wonderful human imagination is God. And this is how you find the Christ within. That he in later part of Neville Goddard's lecture, he was all about the how to awaken the Christ within, and finding God within, and all those very spiritual things. But he said that it's all mental, as in the book The Kabbalion says, that the universe is mental. The all is mind, the universe is mental. And no matter which esoteric book I pick up about reality creation or stuff like that, it's all mental. It's all about self-persuasion. There is nothing, all the rituals, all the techniques, all the magical sigils and whatnot, it's all about self-persuasion, brainwashing yourself, your deeper self, impressing your subconscious mind. And so the ways to getting that is as many ways as human consciousness can conjure. So there are many ways, but I'm giving you the root of when manifestation works and when it doesn't work, which is self-persuasion. The story that you tell yourself. Who do you say that I am? As Jesus said to his disciples, that who do you say that I am? As the famous saying goes, that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And what you are is what you tell yourself, what is your inner story, is inner conversation. And for me, self-persuasion, the best method I have for self-persuasion is going for long walks and talking to myself. And so slowly build my concept up to the fulfillment, and then imagine it just walking around, and many times it really builds me up to the state which Neville Goddard says, that carry the state of fulfillment with you. So it's all about self-persuasion and nothing else. So if one thing that you take away from this video is that you must find a way to persuade yourself that you have what you want. And once you do that, you will see the magic happen. And that will be the biggest, most powerful uh, uh, proof that you are seeking everywhere in the world, and in lectures and more videos and more videos. So this is it for this video. Until next time. Bye.